All right. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. July 16th, and we all survived CPI, we survived PPI, also CPI for GBP, for CAT, but of course, especially for the USD. Inflation numbers came in yesterday higher than expected, which is not good for the narrative around rate cuts. But today, PPI gave different numbers, and that gave numbers that is favorable for potential rate decision. The inflation pressure is going lower. So that's interesting. That's interesting, and that's also bullish for the assets. The majority of you guys are probably doing some form of crypto, and well, if you've seen crypto, Bitcoin 180,000, Ethereum is on the move, 3,100. So if you're in crypto, well done. I don't day trade crypto, guys. If you want to talk crypto, join the Discord. There's a dedicated crypto channel there. We are going to focus on today. We already had news. Tomorrow we have another 3 best folders for the US dollar. Not the biggest one. So we should be good there. I hope you're all doing amazing. And for today, I am bullish on the dollar. I said it. And I'm also putting money where my mouth is. I said it yesterday on the Discord and also to my students. This CPI wick, this gave me bullish intentions. And then, of course, we had the displacement. I missed the move yesterday, but if we come back today, I'm going to shoot. And what did we do today? Well, at London, what happened here? London session, 245.3. Is where lows formed. There's where we start moving upwards, right here. Displacement here. When I saw this happening, I went to the weakest USD pair, and currently that is GU. I went to GU and I took a position. I'm still inside that position right here. Almost got stalled out. And my target here is the daily bullish fair value gap right here. Small one. Showing fruit drawn liquidity. And the reason why my stop loss is up here and not, for example, a little higher, we could go higher, but I'm just going to then take the stop loss and take my, if I get stopped out here, we're probably going to do this. Goes to the order block and then make the structure. If it happens, I'm just going to tackle the -1 and take a new position right there with the same TP. So GU is definitely for me a nice play with the bullishness of dollar right here. Where can the dollar go? Well, ideally, monthly internal to external. A little bit far, this monthly value gap, so maybe see if there's more low-hanging fruit targets. Or a block right here. On the daily, not too much. So we're just going to target swing highs. That's my bias for the dollar. If there's any questions or pairs you want me to look at, let me know in the chat. And let's now talk about gold. Well, the the one that got away last week with that massive push upwards here. I missed this whole move. And now we are back inside the daily value gap. Here again, I took an entry right here. Let me show you the 30 level. And look at the current 4-hour candle, how we react from this 4-hour value gap. So in 30 minutes, 40 minutes from now, we have the candle close. So let's see how we close from there. This looks nice. This looks to me like a grab of short-term liquidity right now. And then displaced upwards. Let's see if there's a value gap created here. As for intraday trades, it could then be a nice move. Gonna be later, but I'm in 2 positions here, gold and GU. And yeah, I did it, guys, yesterday. I did it. I shorted all-time high. Also a swing position Not many intraday positions, swing positions. Right here to the big beefy weekly bullish value gap. And now we are trading inside the overlapping 4-hour and 1-hour value gap, the bearish one. And let's see today. I can be wrong here. So I am anticipating a Tuesday 9 a.m. high of the week. If we don't get that, fine. Then we're probably going to do create this 1-hour value gap here and then start trading higher. I might change my bias based on today's price action. So at 10, potentially have this bullish value gap and the order block here. So let's see how we open. Cool. So 3 positions. And let's see what we have next to these 3. Let's take a look at the JPY. JPY, I'm waiting for a little more retracement or take a new position. Maybe tomorrow. I think we're gonna take all these lows on JPY. We don't have JPY news, but we're very bearish. That means higher for the JPY crosses. So potentially we can play internal to external from tomorrow on CAD JPY and also on Euro JPY. Yeah, my favorite is CAD JPY. But I think JPY in general, I think they're better pairs. I think they're better as to trade. This cool. And then let's look at what we have with the CAD pairs. After CAD CPI, we didn't do anything interesting. Also, we might get an internal to external lower for GCAD. Also on the cards. Take a look at how our friend GPAOD is doing monthly. I missed the initial move here yesterday. It was just one candle up to the daily for value gap. I'm waiting here, see if there is a reaction. It's gonna be on the list. GPAOD for potential entry. I don't want to expose myself too much. Like I'm already in 3 positions. That's already a lot. Because if those 3 positions, unfortunately, are going to be all stop losses, which always can happen, then you are -3 and maybe with a 4 position -4. So at some point you need to limit your exposure. That means saying no to other trades. See what we do today here on a GBAUD. Boom, Outlook before the open. Let me know in the chat if there's other pairs you want me to look at. I just saw some news that there is Israel is attacking Syria. So there could be some conflict going on, which would mean bullishness for gold. When there is some form of conflict, gold pushes up. Could be interesting. Cool. Take a look at the indices. So we could see higher indices based on this price action. Because we are having bearish structure still, I'm waiting. But we could see a push higher, low of the week potentially here. Basically a weekly internal to external perhaps on the YM. I'm going to wait out the open. I'm curious about the open. And similar with the DAX. Liquidity sweep here. Good sweep. Plays it higher, leaving for value gaps. Could mean an entry later this week on the DEX. That's pretty early still. Cool. A few minutes before the open. Let's see what we got. While we wait for the open, let's break down the reason why I entered yesterday. And it all happened on a higher time frame. I think before we going up, I think we could reach the weekly like at first. And use that as a, like all the news is gonna say, oh, we're going into recession, and then, oh no, rate cuts. That is the narrative on the fundamental level that I have in my head right now. And if I have that, then okay, potentially a weekly bearish week. That means a open, a high, a low, and a close. It means I'm waiting for price to go up, potentially Monday or Tuesday, and then start trading lower with an SMT. And we got that yesterday with NQ and ES. Right here on the high, we had an SMT during the open. Here 9:30. And when we start displacing, there's where it's interesting to take an entry. Didn't move for a while. At some point, it started moving. That's the reason for the entry, and let's see today. I'm curious what we're gonna do. Open in a few seconds, 30 seconds. Why can't I join your free school? Not sure why you can't. I think you can. Everyone can. It's a free. It's an open school. James, can you try to request it? I can accept it right now. I was rejected 4 times. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, let's make 5 times the charm, all right? Probably rejections will happen is perhaps when there's a weird email address or there's some weird bio, or but if it's all checked out, you can try it again. I'll make sure you get accepted. No worries. I got you. I got you. Cool. So let the open come in. So for my trade, where I'm in right now, it would be nice if we're just going to have a very nice liquidity sweep and then just start trading lower. So here we sweep liquidity and then displace lower. If it happens, guys, there you have very clean intraday trades on your hand. And ideally, and it's not the case for a while, but if the dollar goes up, which it does, the stock markets go down. That's what happens during this time. All right, James. I think you're in right now. So welcome to the group. Check out the 5-day challenge in the classroom. So now current 4-hour candle on gold doesn't look nice for the long idea. But let's see how we close at 10. There's areas and overlapping, 1 hour for value gap, 50 minutes for value gap, right there. Also 5 minutes for value gap. So there's many for value gaps overlapping here. Ben, I think you are here right now. You asked the question, like, if there's many overlapping for value gaps, would that be, is the chance higher that we will react from there? And the answer is yes. And potentially again, just like yesterday here, 5 plus 15, maybe we see the same happening right now. Just see if there's a value gap created here. Follow the displacement. Cool, awesome, James. Awesome. So the London move, I saw some of you took that. That was very clean. Look at this, like Tuesday, low swept in London session, aggressive sells, aggressive buys. Right here for value gap, order block, and higher. Very clean towards Asia high and of course towards this area. The London move is very nice. I don't trade Nasdaq in London. Like rarely. But it was nice. It was very clean. Okay, so if this candle keeps printing like this, guys, in the coming 25 minutes, and we have some very bearish candle, you can anticipate from a weekly profile perspective that we have a Tuesday high of the week. So you can trade bearish towards low-hanging fruit targets. Right here, low-hanging fruit, swing lows, equal lows, swing low, another swing low right here. There's a lot of liquidity left behind here. And obviously, of course, weekly value gap. Awesome, Ronan, for catching that London move. Very clean. Let's go, let's go. You've been crushing it. Okay, so GU is nearing that first drawn liquidity, the Monday low, Monday 23rd of June low. Yeah, that's the June low. The monthly low is being targeted right now. See if it hits. We are creating a value gap here on the Nasdaq. I'm in this position. My entry is right here, up here. Cool, now we're waiting. Oyibo, which asset are you referring to? Oh wait, you said on gold. Never mind. I can't read. My bad. Market maker sell model. Um, yeah, it could be a lower time for market maker sell model for sure. Would this be the high? If it happens, I'm gonna take the loss. I'm cool with that. think GPAOD is also heading towards the daily for value gap. At least towards, is it the 10 area? From a higher time perspective on GPAOD, we trade into the monthly for value gap. Displays higher for value gap order block. We respect that and trade higher. That's the idea. Both on the 4 and the 1 hour bit. Also, GU now took that swing low. And I think some of you have TP here. I know some of you are in the trade who have now TP, so congrats on that. That's awesome. Okay, so at 10, guys. At 10, we have a 50-minute bearish for value gap, potentially, in 11 minutes from now. Price chills here. That will be an entry intraday. Cool, now let's wait until close to 10 a.m. You are probably stopped out on gold. Yes, probably, because my stop loss is here, not here. I almost stopped out right here at 818. The gold has been a star player, but recently not so much. Not so much. Taking too many losses on my big friend gold. So need some other assets to get my accounts back out of drawdown. I was creating some tweets, and one of them was a very big eye opener. Here it comes. I'm gonna share it. It will be posted somewhere in the coming days. On every single funded account, you will be in drawdown 95% of the time. On every funded account, you will be in drawdown 95% of the time. Think about that. Gonna let this marinate for a while. Why would I say? Maybe you guys can let me know in the chat. Why would I say for every funded account you will be in drawdown 95% of the time? Let's see who can solve this riddle. Okay, here it comes. The reason why I say on every funded account you will be in drawdown for the majority of the time, 95% of the time, is you get your funded account. If you make money, you let it pay out immediately. So the time with your account in profits is very short because it's going to be immediately withdrawn back to the break-even point. So for every winning trade, it automatically goes back to break-even very fast because you get a payout. But the majority of the time, for every losing trade, you are in drawdown. And then you climb your way out of drawdown until you have payouts, and you go back to break-even. And of course, you can lose your account. But if you recognize this, that you are going to be in drawdown in your funded account for the majority of the time, it's not a bad thing. Because if you're aware of that, if you can resonate with this logic, it's okay to be in a little drawdown. 1%, 2%, 3%, even fucking 5%, 9%. Because you are going to spend the majority of your funded account in drawdown EUA. I have many payouts. You can check them all on my socials. But still, the majority of my time is chilling with my funded account in drawdown. Unless I have a nice trade and I'm back in profits, get a payout, back to break even. Maybe because I'm losing trades, boom, winning trades, payout. Or I get a payout, then I'm back at break even, I take some losing trades and I take more losing trades and I lose the account. Also happens. There you have the skill to get new funded accounts, new payouts, and you have your money wheel, your money cycle. Drop a W in the chat if this makes sense. You're going to spend the majority of the time in drawdown. And that's good. That's a good thing. Of course, payouts, you're going to get payouts, but with the payouts, you're still going to spend the majority of the time in drawdown. And the cool part is nobody talks about this. Everyone just payout only, payout only. You're only part of the cool kid club if you are getting payouts, but you're gonna get payout. You're still gonna spend so much time on drawdown, especially if you have multiple funded accounts. You need a whole management strategy. Can you explain the concept of drawdown? Not sure what you want to know, but drawdown is when your account is not in profit. So your starting balance is, for example, $100,000, 100K. Every dollar below 100K is drawdown. On gold, the 30-minute time frame shows that the 930 candle respected the value gap, but the 930 candle didn't. Let's get to the bottom of this. Well, respecting, this is not respecting. Respecting is if the price closes higher than the value gap and then follows through, but the next candle is a rejection candle again. I would not say the 830 candle respected. I only say it as respect if the next candle is going to be a nice, you can call it engulfing candle, like a big beefy one. Time for 10 EM game. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Cool. Okay. Let's remove this. And what do we see? We see a rejection here at the previous candle. So I have a bearish bias for the 10 EM game. So it means 10 EM open right now. Open, high, low, close. I don't care where the low is. But at the start of 10 EM, it's okay to trade higher. Ideally back into a value gap. So we have two contenders right here. And also right here, the 15-minute value gap. Yesterday, 10 EM game was very clean. A high here, the candle, 85 and 50-minute value gap. So open, high, low, close. Well, actually, this 10 EM candle was a consolidating one. We moved at the PM session. But the same concept apply. It's not different. It's not different. Cool. So we took that liquidity, that important liquidity. And now let's see if we get structure against my position. I don't hope so. If we get that, that would be a shame. Well, let's see what we get. Cool. So I think GPAOD looks very ripe for an entry. Target, the value gap. Overlapping, we have some other value gaps. So the 80 area here looks nice. Somewhere here. We did not tap the value gap here. That's interesting. I would like to. Yeah, it would be very funny if this setup lives. Hey, David, good morning. I need to pay attention here on GU. There's no structure against my position. Doesn't look like it, but let's see. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. So London low here, or the Sunday lows here. Like even when you take it right now already, for this low to be hit, you can so easily get a 1 to 2. Like you don't even need to wait for the value gap. Like this. This is already a very nice entry in my opinion. And this is a paper trade because I'm already in. Something that could be nice. Or you wait for one of the 15-minute value gaps to be tagged in. Then your setup will be here. Like this. And you wait for that for in the coming 20-ish minutes. Cool. So now we're finally rebalancing a bit. So here in this area is where you could already take an entry. Stop loss ideally above this high. So that means TP still lower, other low. This would be a trade I would take. Again, full transparency. You're gonna lose all your money. I'm a very bad trader. I don't make money. Blah blah. No, big disclaimer, guys. There's no signal, nothing. Just educational purposes only. I'm not in this trade. It's a paper trade. I am already in a swing position since yesterday. So if you take this and you lose, it's all you. You need to have a plan behind this. All you can do is wait on the 1 minute for price to leave a bearish fair value gap. Entry will then be somewhere here. You have some form of lower time frame confirmation. Is it ever beneficial to take a day off to reassess everything and ensure I'm improving? Yes. I think you should do it every day, like regardless if you're in a position or not. You should always be reviewing both winning streaks and losing streaks. So yeah, and taking a day or two off, or maybe a week off once in a while is good. I need to do that more. Like I'm on the charts almost every day for 2 years. That's because I'm building DionTrades. But I should also maybe take more days off, 100%. But I just generally enjoy spending time with the inner circle. So yeah, bank holidays are your day off, of course. Also, here is the 10 a.m. open. We traded higher than it. We now create bearish structure. It's like textbook 10 a.m. game. So let's see if this now creates a fair value gap. What is considered a winning trade versus a losing trade? Is it just past profit line or is it a certain number? Well, in the most simple essence, every dollar you make is profit. Every 0.0001% that it's above your initial target, initial balance is profit, and just like it's a loss when it's just below that. If you have a risk management profile, which I would recommend you have, you shoot a certain risk to reward, or you're risking a certain percentage with a certain win rate. You have data for this. Then a winning trade can become more subjective. And what I mean by that is, for example, you have a risk profile where you're gonna risk $500 to make 1,000, for example. So you're risking 1 to 2. But if you are a little biatch and you cannot hold a trade, so instead of you risk 500 and you take profits 1,000 because you are a little biatch and you cannot hold the trade, instead of the 1,000 profits, you only have 150 profits instead of the 1,000. You took it off early, and that is still the question: is that a winning trade? In the most objective form, yes, because the 150 is profit. But if my student would do that, I would count that as a loss, especially a mental loss, because you should hold your trade towards your initial TP. If you want to take partials, fine, but there is like a little gray area there. Especially if you're starting out. By the way, this is the entry, the 10 a.m. entry. This one. This is 10 a.m. entry. Value up 1. Could even wait for value up 2, but this will be it. This is probably gonna be a loss. Yeah, cool. So yeah, we're on the same page there, for sure. No, nobody wants to be a little biatch. No, no, no. There's where I'm touching egos. That's great. That's great. Your ego should be touched. Cool. Thing that really helped me is what Tom Hugert says: be optimistic when it's going for you and pessimistic when it's going against you. It's always the yeah, that's great. Yeah. Yeah, but being optimistic doesn't mean taking more risk than you should, just like being pessimistic doesn't mean taking your trade off early. And I think that's what most traders reading that book for the first time think. Because I think Tom Howard even in the book says, like, add to a winner, cut a loser, or something like that. Um, I think the majority of traders should just hold their trade. That's it. Like, make it fucking easy. Just like this. Like, I really, like, old me, not profitable me, would just take this trade off. 100%. But I'm just gonna take the -1. I took the risk here for taking it, then I should be okay with holding it, even when it's in drawdown. It's your commitment. Cool. So let's see what we have now. We have that 15-minute value gap. So price could go here. That's where you have your stop loss there. Cool. Who knows? I'm gonna survive this trade. Be very funny. And we could still see this as low of the week. Doesn't look like it too much, guys, so I wouldn't get my hopes up, but it would be nice. If this happens and we now get a massive green candle, we can use the current down close candle we just print as order blocks here this week. So let's say this is gonna happen. And that's of course a little wishful thinking from my side, but then we can use it as order blocks, the down close candles here, as order blocks to trade higher tomorrow and also Friday. Cool. So we're still in that NASDAQ paper trade, basically playing the 10 AM game. So somewhere in this area, I'm expecting a big push lower on NASDAQ. Can be from this. And I already mentioned I'm okay with taking already from the fair value gap here and being in drawdown for a while. Ideally with the stop here and like this. Well, let's make it a 1 to 2. No, I'd rather do my profit bigger. 1 to 2. There we go. So after stream, I would take a look at, it's probably going to be at 11. Let's see how we move inside this fair value gap here. And potential longs could be on towards here, towards the daily bullish fair value gap. Let's see how we print in the coming 30 minutes. Will they trade like this? Going low for 1 to 2? Could be, could be. See how we print in the coming minutes. So put GPAOD on your watch list for potential longs. I'm gonna let the stream on for 5-ish more minutes to see if we can get a 10:30 reversal. So 10:30 for some reason gives a very aggressive push. The IST nerds can call it a macro. I don't use the word macro. I just really like 10:30. For some reason, at some days you get very aggressive price action. Most of my daily streams are until 10:30, so sometimes like 5 minutes after stream, the market begins to move like crazy. So let's see if we get that today as well. Okay, 10:30. Let's see. Okay, so we're now approaching that 50 minutes Sibi. And the reason why I'm so happy and so proud that so many of you show up so consistently for such a long period of time, you're going to see these kind of stuff. So for example, this 10:30 move, not guaranteed to get it. 100% not guaranteed. But I've seen the move happening hundreds of times. Hundreds of times. Doesn't mean every day, doesn't mean every time. But you train your eyes to anticipate things. You're creating an edge. Showing up, improving, intentional improvement. So very nice. Very, very nice. Cool. So almost. Unimproved if we stay in the locker room. No, I like that. No, that's very true. That's very true. But the only like big advantage we have as traders, if we can show up every single day, put in all the work, our love and attention, but we still can have losing weeks. And that's where the majority of people don't want to sign up for. That you're doing everything right and you still get slapped around by the market the whole time. That happens, and you should embrace that. Cool. So let's zoom out again. Let's see if a swing high is formed with the current candle. So the previous 4 candle can be swing high to trade lower. If we do, well, this whole 10 a.m. game is very clean. If I would take this trade now, it would be in drawdown, which is fine. GU watching until the daily for value gap. GPAUD definitely on my watch list for later this session for longs. Gold I'm not gonna even try anymore. I'm gonna wait out for gold a bit. So that's what. So 4 point of interest, 4 pairs I'm potentially looking at. And yeah, that's everything I had to share for today, guys. So if you like today, if you learned something today, drop a big fat W in the chat. YouTube video schedule will resume very quickly as well. New videos. So keep an eye on that. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you are. If you have not liked this stream yet, make sure you do. And thanks for tuning in, guys. Have an amazing rest of your Wednesday. Tomorrow, few red folders left. But you guys can survive that. They're not the big ones. So keep crushing it and have an amazing rest of your day. Bye. Bye.